It has almost become a familiar scene down on the pitch in front of the stands holding Borussia Dortmund supporters. In their first match after the winter break, Jürgen Klopp's team is unbeatable. But even though the media is full of praise and the rivals have already started to congratulate them. A 3-1 win in Leverkusen on Friday has stretched Dortmund's lead at the top of the table. After the last game, Borussia is already 12 points clear of Hannover, followed by Mainz, Leverkusen and Bayern. The strength of Jürgen Klopp's team is impressive even for a former Dortmund coach. It seems to be a foregone conclusion that Dortmund will secure the title, but if they stumble, then Leverkusen and Bayern might still be in with a chance. The Bundesliga is in no doubt that Dortmund will secure the title. The only question is when. However, no one in Dortmund wants to talk about the title yet. Though Kevin Grosskreutz, having scored 2 goals, admitted that he is already dreaming of winning the championship. Kiesling scored the consolation goal for Leverkusen. Michael Ballack spent the game on the bench as Jupp Heynckes opted to postpone his return. A disappointing 1-1 draw in their match against Wolfsburg has damped Bayern Munich's hopes of catching Dortmund at the top of the league table. It was Bastian Schweinsteiger of all people who slipped up to allow Sascha Ritter to score. Thomas Müller had earlier scored a rather fictitious goal in the opening minutes. Franck Ribéry's injury will surely not improve matters. After being tackled by Josué, the French player was forced to limp off the pitch. But the all-clear was given on Sunday as Ribéry will only be out of the game for a few days. It is expected he will be back practicing with the team at the end of the week. There was one bright spot. Thomas Kraft justified Louis van Gaal's decision to make him the new #1 goalkeeper with an impressive display. He caught the eye with his distribution and great saves, like when saving a Griffith penalty. Former German international keeper Jens Lehmann had voiced criticism.
Yes,
it's great for Kraft that Van Gaal is giving him a chance. A coach who has confidence and says he's a good goalkeeper no matter if Bayern wants to sign a new keeper or not next season. But that a good keeper such as Jörg Butt has to stay on the bench is rather unusual. Well, his skills are not always that obvious, but he's important in organizing the defense.
Organisator hinten spielt, dass man den einfach dann rauslässt.
Thomas Kraft will be given another chance to demonstrate his skills when Bayern Munich plays Kaiserslautern next Saturday. With 18 matches now played, Hannover has surprisingly moved up to second in the table. Hannover was well worth its convincing 3-0 win against Eintracht Frankfurt and has now 34 points. Abdelawi scored a breakaway goal for the guests in the 15th minute. 6 minutes later, Schulz headed in a corner and then striker Yakunan wrapped the 3-0 victory. There was a bit of confusion prior to the match with regard to Hannover coach Mirko Slomka. It is rumored he wants to leave the club, but Hannover wants to keep the successful coach whose contract expires at the end of the season. Even before the match started, Martin Kind said that contracts will be fulfilled in both good and in bad times. Allegedly, Wolfsburg is interested in Slomka, but Hannover intends to start negotiations to extend Slomka's contract next week. Real Madrid is interested in taking back Hamburg's Ruud van Nistelrooy. The Dutch striker has received an inquiry from the Spanish record champions, and it seems as he would like to accept. Hamburg's coach Armin Fee has confirmed Real Madrid's interest in signing Van Nistelrooy, but added that Hamburg has not yet received an official inquiry. Van Nistelrooy scored the only goal in the match against Schalke. Borussia Mönchengladbach has started with a win into the second half of the season, hoping to get away from the bottom of the standings. With a 1-0 against Nuremberg, their first win since the beginning of August, Gladbach has taken a first step out of the crisis. Michael Fonseca was especially pleased with his defense line. Thomas Müller is on the shortlist for the Laureus Award. Germany's international striker is nominated in the category World Breakthrough of the Year Award. It's a great honor that my name is linked with the Laureus Sports Award. It's recognition for the great year that I've had. The Laureus World Sport Award event will be held in Abu Dhabi on February 7. Debut for Dzeko. The new €34 million signing who switched from Wolfsburg to Manchester City celebrated a great 4-3 debut against Wolverhampton. The new number 10 was only signed last week by Manchester, and on Saturday he was part of the starting lineup. Even though Dzeko failed to score, coach Mancini was well pleased with his performance.